Hello again. Rivers here. You know me. You love me. You have to love me. Anyway, I've got a story to tell you. Almost every family trip that we have been on, there's been something really funny that's happened on it. And sometimes the really funny parts aren't so funny at the time that they happen. And let me let you in on a secret. Sometimes it's really hard for me and Queenie to be on our way home, back to some routine, back to unconfined spaces. Let them run wild, let them run free, but we're cooped up in either a minivan with faux wood paneling, or we're in a Suburban, three seats, so we can fit all 9 of us. Well, sometimes traveling can be a little difficult. Now, this particular event happened back when James was a small child, and this would have been 87 or 88. It was the summer. We didn't have our Suburban. We had this lovely little minivan. And we packed everybody in the minivan, which would have been, at the time, it would have been 5 of us, into this minivan, and we went down to San Diego, California. There were some bar meetings down there that we attended. I had to get some continuing legal ed, which I have to do every year, every other year. So anyway, we're in the car. The trip has been a good trip. We had fun down in San Diego. James had a little bit of an earache or an ear infection, and we got some medication for him, and he seemed to be doing pretty good. And we're on our way back. And like I said, I can be a man on a mission. I see this goal inside of going home, and just let's go back home. Let's get out of travel mode. Unfortunately, I had made a promise that I broke. I'm not proud of it, but there were extenuating circumstances. So when we're on our way back, I tell Em and Brad, and James was just little, I said, we'll stop in Mesquite, Nevada, and stay overnight at a place that's like an oasis in the middle of the desert with 5 pools. And, it was just beautiful. I painted a picture of how wonderful it would be. It's hot, it's July, we're all hot and miserable, and we're coming back. But something miraculous happened. As we were traveling back from San Diego, the kids all fell asleep, and we were rapidly approaching Mesquite, Nevada. And let me tell you, I had this overwhelming feeling I wanted to get back home and not spend a night in a hotel room. And so I looked at Queenie and I said, what do you think? We whispered, because they were all asleep. And we were approaching Mesquite, Nevada. And Jean felt the same way that I did. And so we kind of smiled. And so I get behind the wheel. I step it up maybe to 75 or maybe even 80 miles an hour. And just as we are passing and kind of going up this incline towards St. George with Mesquite, Nevada in the back view mirror, Emily wakes from a deep sleep and she says, "Hey, wait a minute. Is that the place with the 5 pools?" Jean and I were busted. We thought we could carry this one out. And she was enraged. And she started putting her hand up in the air like this, 5 pools, and we're not even in any one of them. And as we're in the front seat, she unhooked her seatbelt and put her hand, her little chubby little hand, in front of my face and said, 5, can you count them? 5 pools. What are we doing? You promised. Well, by then, we were a few miles out of Mesquite. And if I told you I felt a little bad, I'd probably be telling part of the truth, but I was undeterred. But she woke up at the perfect time and could see perfectly this place with the 5 pools. And we, Jean and me, we had broken our promise. But I wanted to get back home. Not proud of it. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.